Welcome to this fascinating video where we explore the top 2 most valuable Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel coins that have become prized possessions in the world of coin collecting. These nickels might look like everyday coins, but a few rare varieties hold incredible stories and astonishing value. Let's get started. First up, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1985, featuring the P mint mark. This coin may look like an ordinary piece of change, but it holds a fascinating piece of American history, artistry, and craftsmanship within its small, circular frame. The 1985 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the small letter P just beside the date. This mint mark helps us trace the origin of the coin and connects it to one of the oldest and most historic mints in the United States. This coin belongs to the long-running Jefferson nickel series, which was first introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. It replaced the Buffalo nickel, marking a new era in U.S. coinage design. The obverse side of the 1985 Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. His expression is calm, thoughtful, and confident, representing the wisdom and dignity that made him one of the nation's most admired founding fathers. Around the portrait, the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," appear, along with the date, 1985. To the right of the date, you can clearly see the P mint mark, identifying the Philadelphia Mint as the place of origin. Even though this particular coin is in circulated condition, it still holds a timeless beauty. The surface shows signs of wear, perhaps some smoothing over Jefferson's hair or light scratches from years of use, but these imperfections only add character, telling the story of its journey through everyday life. Turning the coin over, the reverse side displays the famous image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. This building was also designed by Jefferson himself and stands as a symbol of his love for architecture, innovation, and Enlightenment ideals. The word Monticello appears directly below the image, with 5 cents and United States of America inscribed beneath it. Above the building, the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, reminds us of America's unity and diversity. The design of this coin perfectly balances elegance and simplicity. The details of the dome, columns, and steps of Monticello were masterfully crafted by Schlag, and even after years of circulation, many of these fine details remain visible. The Jefferson nickel is composed of a copper-nickel alloy, giving it its familiar silver-gray color. Over time, circulated coins like this one can develop a softer tone or light tarnish, adding a vintage charm that many collectors appreciate. 1985 was a busy year for the Philadelphia Mint, producing millions of these coins for everyday use. While that means they're not particularly rare, finding one in decent circulated condition with visible details still makes for a satisfying addition to any collection. This coin represents more than just 5 cents of monetary value. It's a piece of American heritage. It connects us directly to the life and legacy of Thomas Jefferson and to a time when craftsmanship and symbolism were essential in every coin design. The Jefferson nickel's design remained unchanged for decades, from its introduction in 1938 until its redesign in 2004. This long run is a testament to its popularity and timeless aesthetic. The 1985 issue sits comfortably within that historical stretch. Collectors often enjoy studying these coins for subtle differences, such as strike quality, die variations, and overall condition. Even a small detail, like the sharpness of Jefferson's profile or the clarity of Monticello's columns, can make one coin stand out from another. In circulated condition, like this 1985 P nickel, you might notice a softening of the finer details, Jefferson's cheekbones, the curls in his hair, or the texture of Monticello's walls. Yet the essential beauty of the design remains unmistakable. When held under light, this coin reveals a faint, natural sheen that comes from its copper-nickel blend. It's durable, long-lasting, and resistant to corrosion, which is why so many nickels from past decades are still found in circulation today. The 1985 Jefferson nickel also carries historical context. It was minted during Ronald Reagan's presidency, a time of economic optimism and cultural change in the United States. In that sense, it's a small metallic reminder of that dynamic era. For many collectors and enthusiasts, this coin represents the everyday side of numismatics, the beauty in ordinary coins that most people overlook. It's not about rarity or high value, it's about history, art, and connection. The P mint mark is an important detail, as Philadelphia was one of the major centers of U.S. coin production. Before 1980, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark on nickels, so coins from the 1985 issue mark a newer chapter in minting tradition. If you examine the edges closely, you might see that they've worn smooth from years of circulation. This kind of wear is common but also adds to the coin's story. Every mark, scratch, and smooth edge speaks of countless exchanges over decades. Monticello itself, featured on the coin, remains one of the most iconic buildings in American history. Jefferson designed it to reflect his ideals of balance, reason, and enlightenment, qualities that mirror the coin's design philosophy as well. Even though this coin is not rare or expensive, it is a tangible link to the past. Every Jefferson nickel you hold in your hand connects you to the people and places that shaped American history. Collectors often keep circulated nickels like this one as part of date and mint mark sets, aiming to collect one coin from each year and each mint location. The 1985 P is a necessary piece of that puzzle. There's also something deeply satisfying about finding one of these coins in your pocket change. It's a small discovery that bridges the gap between history and the present, turning an ordinary moment into a lesson in art and legacy. The Jefferson nickel has stood the test of time because of its balanced design, historical importance, and durability. The 1985 P nickel embodies all these traits, making it a classic that collectors continue to admire. When viewed closely, the coin's circulated condition might show dullness in the fields and flattening in the high points, but that doesn't diminish its beauty. In fact, many numismatists appreciate circulated coins for their character and authenticity. Holding this 1985 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry great meaning. It's a symbol of America's enduring spirit, its history of innovation, and the timeless value of craftsmanship. So the next time you come across a Jefferson nickel in your change, take a moment to look closer. You might just find a little piece of history in your hand. A coin like this 1985 P Monticello 5 cents, still carrying the legacy of Thomas Jefferson after nearly 4 decades of circulation. Next up, at the Monticello 5 cents Jefferson nickel from 1999, proudly bearing the D mint mark. This coin may seem like an ordinary piece of change, but it represents an important piece of American history, craftsmanship, and design that has endured for generations. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of U.S. coinage since 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel. Its design honors one of the most influential figures in American history, Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of Independence and the third President of the United States. The 1999 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which is why you'll find the small D mint mark located just beside the date on the obverse side. This tiny letter holds great significance for collectors, as it identifies exactly where the coin was produced. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, originally designed by Felix Schlag. His expression is calm and wise, reflecting both his intellect and his deep contributions to the birth of the United States. The inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," frame his portrait, along with the year 1999. Even though this particular coin is in circulated condition, it still carries a sense of dignity. The surface may show some signs of wear, perhaps faint scratches, smooth areas, or a softening of the details, but that's exactly what gives it character. Each mark tells a story of the coin's journey through time and hands. On the reverse side, you'll find Jefferson's magnificent home, Monticello. This architectural masterpiece, designed by Jefferson himself, stands as a testament to his love of design, science, and classical ideals. It's a perfect symbol for a coin that bears his name. Above Monticello, the Latin phrase e pluribus unum appears, meaning out of many, one. Beneath the building, you'll see the inscriptions Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Together, these details make up one of the most balanced and meaningful coin designs in American history. The coin's composition consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it its familiar silver-gray appearance. Over years of circulation, this alloy tends to take on a soft, slightly dull tone, often accompanied by patches of darker wear that add to its vintage charm. The 1999 Jefferson nickel marks one of the final years before the major design change that came in 2004, when the U.S. Mint began issuing the Westward Journey series. That makes this coin one of the last to feature Felix Schlag's classic Monticello design before it was temporarily retired. In circulated condition, coins like this one are commonly found in pocket change, but collectors still appreciate them for their historical context and lasting beauty. Finding one with clear details and a legible mint mark can make it a worthwhile addition to a date and mint collection. When you hold the coin under light, you may notice a gentle sheen across Jefferson's face or along the dome of Monticello. Despite its circulation, it still retains the essence of the original craftsmanship, a tribute to Schlag's artistry and Jefferson's legacy. The Denver Mint, represented by the D mint mark, has a long-standing tradition of producing coins with precision and quality. In 1999, millions of Jefferson nickels were struck there, ensuring that this design continued to circulate widely across the United States. The 1999 Jefferson nickel also carries historical context. It was minted during the end of the 20th century, a time of technological advancement and optimism in America. This coin, in a way, bridged the old and the new, a timeless design entering a modern age. Collectors often enjoy examining circulated nickels like this to study how the design wears down over time. You might notice that Jefferson's cheekbones, hairlines, or collar are slightly smoothed out, while Monticello's columns may appear faint. These are natural signs of honest circulation. The rim of the coin may have softened edges, yet its circular shape remains intact, proof of the durability of the copper-nickel alloy. Coins like this were made to last for decades, and the fact that 1999 nickels are still found in circulation shows how well they've stood the test of time. If you take a closer look, you'll see that even with its wear, the Monticello image remains recognizable. The steps, dome, and pillars, though faint, continue to convey architectural elegance and historic pride. What makes this coin special is its connection to Thomas Jefferson's ideals. He believed in knowledge, freedom, and progress, all values that have shaped America. The coin's design captures those principles in a simple yet powerful way. The circulated condition of this 1999 Jefferson nickel gives it personality. It's not just metal, it's a witness to everyday life, from countless hands in stores, banks, and vending machines to being tucked away in a collector's box years later. While this coin doesn't carry a high monetary value, its worth lies in its meaning. It's a reminder of America's enduring story, where history, art, and economy come together in something as small and simple as a nickel. Numismatists often seek out Jefferson nickels from all mints and years, and the 1999 D version is a key piece in completing a late 20th century collection. It represents the craftsmanship of the Denver Mint and the continuation of a design that spanned generations. If you tilt the coin slightly, you might see faint traces of original luster, especially around the lettering or the edges of Jefferson's profile. That subtle shine adds beauty and depth, even after years of circulation. The Jefferson nickel's design remained largely unchanged for over 6 decades, a testament to its appeal and the respect it commands among both collectors and everyday Americans. For those who enjoy history, this coin serves as a tiny time capsule. It carries the energy of 1999, a year just before the new millennium, filled with anticipation and change, while still rooted in traditional design. Every circulated coin has its own unique look, and no two are exactly alike. Some 1999 D nickels might show darker tones, while others develop lighter, silver-gray patinas. This variation makes collecting them even more interesting. The 1999 Jefferson nickel reminds us of the balance between function and beauty in coinage. It was made for daily use, yet designed with enough artistry to endure as a symbol of national pride. If you have one of these coins, take a moment to appreciate its story. Think of all the people it might have passed through and the countless small transactions it has witnessed in its lifetime. This coin is more than just a piece of metal. It's a connection to the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, to the history of the U.S. Mint, and to the millions of Americans who have held one just like it. So whether you're a casual coin finder or a passionate collector, the 1999 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark is a piece of living history. Its circulated condition tells a story of time, use, and endurance, all wrapped into a small but meaningful artifact. In the end, this humble 5-cent coin reminds us that even the smallest pieces of currency can carry the largest stories. Stories of design, history, and the enduring spirit of America, forever captured in the Monticello Jefferson nickel.